Welcome back to Car Trend, your ultimate destination for automotive passion, design marvels, and everything on four wheels. Today, we're diving into something that's turning heads in both the classic and modern car communities. Imagine a car born in the golden era of Japanese engineering but reimagined for today's world with cutting-edge visuals, sleek bodywork, and high-tech flair. This isn't just any retro throwback. This is the new 1973 Datsun 510, reborn, redefined, and radically different. At first glance, it might sound like an impossible blend, a car from 1973, revitalized in 2025 with such precision and style that it almost feels like something out of a video game. And you wouldn't be wrong to think that. The car we're looking at today is not just a restomod. It's a full-blown reinterpretation. A 3D rendered masterpiece that pays homage to the original Datsun 510 while pushing every boundary of what's possible in automotive design. Let's talk about the front view, because that's where this car makes its biggest statement. The render shows a full frontal design that's aggressive, futuristic, and dripping with attitude. The body is painted in a deep, ultra-glossy red that reflects every beam of light with crystal clarity. This isn't your average candy apple red. This is precision pigment, the kind that makes the car look like it's moving even when it's standing still. Every curve, every contour of the hood and fenders has been sculpted with absolute detail. You can see the influence of modern-day sports cars in the aerodynamic shaping, but there's still that boxy DNA of the original 510 peeking through, a beautiful nod to its roots. It's this balance of past and future that makes the design so captivating. Now, look closely at the lights. They're not your standard headlamps. These are custom-built, glowing red LED units that pulse with energy. There's a strong cyberpunk vibe to them, clean, angular, and menacing. In fact, they don't just light up, they glow with intention, like the car itself is alive, ready to launch forward at the slightest touch. And right in the middle of the grille, where the old-school Datsun badge used to sit, is a clean, minimalistic logo, just an empty set of parentheses. It's subtle, mysterious, and perfectly suited to the overall theme. It almost says, "This isn't your dad's 510. This is something else entirely." Even the license plate follows the same idea. A blank design, marked only with parentheses, gives the car a sort of concept art anonymity. It's not trying to be any brand in particular, it's trying to be a symbol. Let's move into the showroom environment that's been crafted for this car. The setting is a high luxury, high gloss space with showroom lights beaming down onto mirror finish floors. The car sits like a sculpture under a spotlight, every detail exaggerated by the reflections below it. From this view, the car doesn't just shine, it radiates presence. Now, let's talk modifications. The original Datsun 510 was known for its simplicity and performance-oriented engineering. It had a reputation for being a tuner's dream, lightweight and easily modifiable. That same spirit carries over here, but now it's been amplified. The render shows aggressive add-ons, aerodynamic splitters, wide fenders, sharp-edged side mirrors, and a lowered stance that hugs the ground with purpose. You almost expect the car to transform into something else, like a futuristic race machine. The detailing is so crisp you can almost feel the carbon fiber texture on the body panels. The render doesn't just update the look, it redefines what a Datsun 510 could be if it were born in the age of electric hypercars and high-end digital artistry. And that's really the heart of what makes this car special. It's not about recreating the past. It's about reinterpreting it. This isn't a physical car, at least, not yet. It's a vision, a digital sculpture that shows us what happens when you let go of mechanical constraints and let the imagination take over. Here on Car Trend, we've looked at plenty of real-world builds, from wide-body Skylines to rotary-swapped RX-7s. But every now and then, we come across something like this, a car that doesn't exist in the traditional sense but inspires just as much awe. The new 1973 Datsun 510 isn't sitting in a garage. It's sitting in a render engine. And yet, it feels just as real. That's the power of digital car culture today. With tools like Unreal Engine, Blender, and advanced AI rendering systems, artists are breathing life into ideas that were once limited to sketches and dreams. And this modern Datsun 510, it's one of the finest examples of that movement. You might ask, will we ever see this car on the street? Will someone take this concept and build it in the real world? Honestly, we hope so. We know there are builders out there crazy enough, skilled enough, and passionate enough to make it happen. Maybe someone's already started, taking a rusted out 510 shell and slowly transforming it into this rolling piece of art. But even if it never hits the pavement, its impact is already felt. It reminds us why we fell in love with cars in the first place, not just for their performance, but for their potential. The ability to turn steel and rubber into something emotional, something unforgettable. So, what do you think? Is this the kind of future we want to see more of? Should classic cars be reimagined like this, or should they stay true to their vintage charm? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear what you think about the fusion of old-school icons with cutting-edge design. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the new Datsun 510 concept, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Car Trend, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next big thing in the car world. From retro revivals to future-forward builds, we bring you the best of both worlds, one render, one engine raw at a time. Thanks for watching. This is Car Trend, where cars aren't just machines, they're dreams on wheels.